Hey everybody, Jaws Jr. here for another in-house adventure inside the world headquarters of Jaws Jr. Entertainment. So what are we doing today? We're going to play with a rock. Not a bunch of them, just one. Let me show you what I've got on the table. So here is what's on the table. We have wet and dry diamond sanding discs. We have a bench grinder. We have plain water. Despite it says class cleaner, it's plain water. I just filled it up. And we have a piece of petrified wood that is very interesting. So let's talk about this piece of petrified wood. So I'm going to practice on this piece of petrified wood. Its much larger brother is outside. But I'm picking on this for a few reasons. One is because nothing else I can do with it. But this was cut for our buddy Jack a couple years ago. He found this in Umatilla County. And it was cut with the lubricant and coolant was diesel. Now if you look at this, you see there's some pores. It's hard. I mean, it's definitely hard. But it's got some porous issues here. But it also has higher ridge lines of the growth rings. We come up here and it's nice and smooth. There's actually almost a little bit of reflection on it now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we're going to start off with the 50 grit on the angle grinder with some water. We'll go over it and then take a look at it, and then we're going to go up to the 100 grit. And then we're going to go up to 200 grit and all the way up to the 3000 grit. Now I don't have a buffing pad and 10,000 grit or 12,000 grit or 15,000 grit diamond paste. I don't have any of that stuff yet. But if I can get through the 3000 grit and have it look good, I'm going to call that a win. Now these areas here, I will not be able to shine all this up. What will happen, what I'm projecting to happen, is that the high spots, these growth rings, the shiny pieces, will shine even more, while the darker spots, the subdued pieces here, that's got the holes and stuff in it, will stay subdued. That's kind of what I'm anticipating. Now, granted, it still has a hint smell of diesel to it, because this thing was soaked in diesel when it came out, and it was terrible. But I'm taking a chance, and we're only using diamond grit, we're using water, and we're going to see if I can put some sort of a shine to this. Okay, so this is after the 100 grit, and you can see how shiny that is in there, but you can still see this looks like it's inundated still with the diesel. So I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here with this, but I'm going to keep at it and go from there. But this here is starting to shine up really good. It's already nice and smooth. So I'll keep at it and see how this turns out. But again, look at this here, it's just not that good. But you can start seeing some of the ridges of the growth rings are starting to shine up a little bit. Okay, everybody, that was not very much working on it. Probably you didn't see it all in the prior clips. All being said, probably about an hour, maybe 45 minutes. Let's call it 45 minutes of working on it. But now you can see the reflection from the sky. And just as I thought, that those higher ridge marks are going to shine. Now, could I do better? Oh yes. By far this could be better. But, remind you, this is the first time I've ever tried something like this. So this is my inaugural polishing of a large rock. Now I've got some other ones in here I'm going to try to work on, but they're not flat. They're kind of rounded, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try to do. But yeah, I think it's not too bad. I mean, I would like a glass-like finish to it. But again, less than an hour, and I went from, yeah, it was smooth, to extremely smooth, a nice reflection off of it, and the colors are coming through pretty good. But those areas here where the diesel was at, where it's soaked into this porous area, that might be affecting with what's going on, why I can't do the way I want to. But I'm learning, and maybe one of you learned something as well. So by any means, I'm not done with that. But I wanted to show you guys what we can do. And really, it doesn't take much work. My hardest problem is hand cramping from that angle grinder. So I'll need to take breaks and stuff like that. Plus, I'll practice on this one because, like I said, its big brother is outside, the real nice one that I want to try to keep. But I've got the same problem with that with the diesel that's soaked into those porous areas. But you can definitely see the light reflect off of it. See, it looks a little cloudy. It's not quite mirror. It's not a mirror finish. But it's a far cry from what it was. But now when you spray it with water, you can see the areas that the diesel's repelling the water. But yeah, nice and smooth. I'll look at it much closer, and who knows, I may just start off with 50 grit again and keep working it. And I just might do that. Just take a cup, work it at 50 grit for an hour, and then work it at 100 grit for an hour, and then 200, and so on and so forth. So I know I wasn't going to be able to get a high shine off of this in an hour's worth of work. But I wanted to see if it would make an improvement, and that it did. So there you go, on this wet, rainy, and dreary day here in the great Pacific Northwest. We're sitting here doing some practice work on polishing rocks. I've got some other things I'm going to be sharing with you guys too coming up in the future, of some different techniques, or just showing you what I'm doing. For some of you more seasoned rockhounds, you might be laughing, just laughing like crazy at me, calling me an idiot. Oh, you shouldn't be doing it that way. Well, along with a lot of other things in life, you don't know until you try something. Sometimes you learn more by failing than you do by succeeding. So, if this rock down here turns out to be a fail, then I know what not to do. I know what to do better. So, again, I'm not afraid to take chances. Yeah, I took a big risk by taking one of my prized rocks and working on it. But I don't think I screwed it up. Yes, it needs to be a lot more shinier. The finish needs to be better on it. But at least I know that with these El Cheapo discs, you can make some pretty good progress with it. And I might as well practice with the cheap stuff like that. And once I get the cheap stuff mastered, then I'll go out and invest in some higher quality components. We're going to call this one a wrap. So just remember, everyone's life is an adventure. Then there's mine, having fun here in the world headquarters of Jaws Jr. Entertainment. This is the Adventures of Jaws Jr. Have a good one, everybody. See ya!